Okay. I'll be here.
It it should have a delay, babe. I don't know how. I went live already.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll be here.
I got it. It should have a delay, babe. I don't know how. Oh, you see, Problem is, I went live already. I'm
Okay.
listening to
Okay, so
myself
I'll be here.
I
On
got it. It should
computer
have a
app.
delay, babe. I don't know how.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you see, Problem is, I went live already. I'm listening to
Okay, so
myself
I'll be here.
I got it. It should
Computer
have a
app.
delay, babe. I don't know how.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you see, Problem is, I went live already. I'm listening to
Okay, so
myself
I'll be here.
I got it. It should
Computer
have a
app.
delay, babe. I don't know how.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you see, Problem is, I went live already. Check the audio, please. No, the audio. Is the music playing? Can you hear me talking?
I can hear you.
And we're good now. How you doing, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I got with me Captain Manny, man. Sir, I'm excited that you're here today. I'm glad you reached out. And go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
All right. Juan, first of all, thanks for having me here, man. And I mean this, it's an honor. Um, I've listened to some of your other guests. I've enjoyed it. And I was like, I want to come on too. A little bit about myself, for those of you listening in that may not know me. From Savannah, Georgia. Grew up there. I went the ROTC route. That's how I went into the Army. Went in as a second lieutenant. I commissioned in after graduating from Georgia Southern University in 2011. Once I was in the Army, I was active duty starting in 2011, June the 8th, 2011, which is actually my birthday. It was a fantastic birthday gift, believe it or not. Um, and then I did 5 years active duty and got out in 2016. I got out as a captain. Um, and then after that, I used my post 9/11 GI Bill, went back to school. And today I work as a clinical pharmacist at LDS Hospital in Salt Lake City, Utah. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I've been grinding away at that, and finally got a chance to get on your show, man. And again, I appreciate you having me here. So that's I guess that's a good summary of who I
That
am.
that was a quick summary. The first one to go out, boom, from the back. I
Yeah.
don't know. We're focusing too much over there that I forgot the background, but let's worry about that one later. So, sir,
What's the background?
well, it was some of the pictures that I put up, but they were
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, those are the pictures I still have. I had a phone get destroyed that had a lot of other pictures on it, so I don't know if
So,
I'll ever get those pictures back.
so one of the questions, sir, that I like asking everybody is, what made you join the military?
I've thought about that because I've heard you ask that, and self-reflected, of course. And I think for me, truly, it comes down to just sense of adventure. I've always been someone that wants to go somewhere new, wants to go do something new, just wants just wants to see what else is out there. And for me, being from the southern part of the U.S. and, coming from where I came from, working class family, I saw that as my best opportunity to travel and see the world.
So, once you got to your first unit, what was the experience like?
When I got to my first unit, what was the experience like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my experience with my first, what I would consider real unit, after training and all that was said and done, I would say my first active duty unit was 389 Cav in Fort Polk, Louisiana, part of 4th Brigade, 10th Mountain Division. Um, I would say that at first it's a little intimidating. I was trained in artillery, and we do a lot of different things, a lot of different jobs, and one of those jobs is being a fire support officer. And what that entails is they attach us to a maneuver unit, and so infantry or cav unit. And so I got attached to 389 cav, and I didn't know much about it, didn't know what to expect. All I knew I was going to a cav unit, and I was going to be a fire support officer. When I got there, I met some great officers right up front. Colonel Dior was a great squadron commander, and I got officers like they like to run, and Colonel Dior would always have us meeting new officers meeting early in the morning the next day to go on however far of a run. And I showed up. I was pretty slim at that time, straight out of school, and man, I could run, and I kept up with him the entire way. And after a certain point, I think he was tired. Maybe I wore him out. I don't know. He just released me and let me run and do whatever I wanted after that. So, yeah, that was my first experience. The Squadron XO. I don't know if you remember him. He was a little short guy, but he played football at University of Mississippi. I don't remember his name, but he also went on that run, and he uh he was there too, and just man, he could run too, but I don't know, man. You know how it is. You don't know how far you run or anything. You just get out there and you just
Yeah,
go. So that's how I was. So that was really my first experience. Then when I got to the unit, I got attached to Assassin Troop. I met Captain Brandt there. That was the troop commander.
Commander.
He was, you know how he was. He was pretty straight up with you. He's like, hey, you're going to be headquarters platoon leader, and let's get you in there and let's let you meet your guys. And that's when I met you. And I guess the rest is history after that, man. You guys really, I couldn't have asked for a better first unit to be a platoon leader in, man. I'm telling you, you guys were the best unit that I saw in 5 years on active duty. And I always look back and kind of laugh or smile about that unit because, man, you guys really had it together. A lot of big personalities. There was you, there was all sorts of other guys in that platoon, and then we had at the time Lieutenant Bailey. He really took me under his wing. I really looked up to him as a mentor because he had been there a little bit longer than me. And I came in at an interesting time. I came back when you guys, I think you had just gotten back from a deployment. So I think you guys were kind of when I came in, I really felt like you were trying to size me up a little bit. So I played it cool though, and just saw where things went, and I had a great time. So
We got a couple of comments. Haley Reed, Go Kyle, uh, Angela Roker. Hey, Captain, good to see you. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. One of the stories that I like telling people is that during my time in the military, you were one of the best. Well, we call him butter bar. Like we got a new butter bar. We're gonna see what he
yeah,
does. Second
yeah,
lieutenants, because
yeah,
I seen, especially during deployment, we got a second lieutenant, never been deployed before,
mm,
screaming at a sergeant first class like he knew
mm,
everything, and he was trying to come in hard, no experience at all. Deployments. This guy got 6 deployments on his belt, and you got a fresh guy coming out of college. And
mm,
whenever he realized that he fucked up, he's like, "Sir, how about you
mm,
shut the fuck up? Let me do my fucking
mm,
job, and you fucking listen.
mm,
This is how shit
mm,
is gonna work."
mm,
And that was my first experience with a lieutenant like that. And it was not
mm,
just one; it was a couple of them. But
mm.
whenever you came to the unit, whenever you came to the cage, we were all waiting for you right there in the cage because we were trying to
Yeah, I
see
remember. Yeah,
what was gonna be your first attitude. Like, hey,
yeah.
we're gonna break this guy or we're gonna help this guy. Depending on how you
Mm,
come out is how you're gonna get it. And you
mm,
came out like introduce yourself. I'm just
mm,
new here. I'm here to. Whenever you say I'm here to learn from you, that was it. Like
mm,
that did it. I like, don't fucking worry about it, sir. We take care of your shit. So it's
mm,
like the attitude was, to me, attitude was everything.
mm.
Especially us coming back from deployment,
Yeah,
and seeing what the fuck we seen out there. But
yeah.
yeah, like I always say that you always been one of the best second lieutenants that I've seen during my career.
Well,
So
and
you know,
that means a lot to me. I appreciate that, man. And I really mean this. I admired all of you guys in headquarters platoon, all the 11 Charlies. I admired you guys. You were, and I mean it, that was the best group of guys I've had. And it was an honor to lead you guys and to learn from you guys. I learned a lot about things that set me up for success for the rest of my career. And I appreciate how you guys, you know, I appreciate the way you did things. You know, you gave me a chance. You let me prove who I was. You didn't judge me. You're like, who's this fresh green redneck
Yeah.
coming in here? You know,
No,
like this
it's
guy to
nothing
talk,
like
you
that.
know, right. You guys weren't like that. You gave me a chance and I appreciate that. That's all I want, man.
I
And
was
that's what I tell
talking
people.
to
That's all I want. Just give me a chance.
I was
So,
talking to Sergeant Bearden earlier. He's like, I
mhm.
was telling him about you being on the live today, and he's like, hey, ask him if he remember whenever we went skinhead.
When we went
When
what?
y'all went skinhead, I don't know what he meant. I don't know what y'all did. Let me see. Got the comment, the message. It's like,
Yeah.
let me, Michael. Uh, mention us going skinhead. I don't know what happened. What that happened?
I
Is he
don't
probably meaning whenever
imagine
we
when
went
we went. Is he on the live right
when
now? Like
I don't know. He
I
haven't.
can't quite.
I think probably whenever we went. What I'm thinking is when we went to West Point, maybe
Uh,
that's
yeah.
you were out there with us, right?
I
Yeah, you were out there with us.
Yeah, I
West
was there.
Point.
I was at West Point with you guys. I went up there and helped train. Yeah, I remember when
Oh, look, he's messaging. Yeah, he's watching, but he's not commenting on the live. He's messaging me right here.
yeah,
He
I
say we shave
remember.
our head. Yeah, it's
I
whenever
remember.
y'all were in West Point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
West Point with
Like,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was. I figured that's what it was.
yeah, I have a good picture of me sitting in a boat because I went fishing with Sergeant Bearden and Sergeant Thornsberry. We went out on that lake that was nearby. I can't remember. It was like Lake. It was a weird name. It was like Lake
It was
Nasty
right in the
Bridge or
back.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. But we went back there and we caught. There's a picture of me where I was holding a bass that I caught
I
when we
was
were
there
out
with you
fishing with
that
them.
day.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I was there with you that day. You got a good size, and I had the little baby one.
Yeah, I should
Bearden was
have.
making fun of
Oh
me.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
should
so,
have. Yeah, I should have posted that picture. I should have sent it to you. I have that picture. I have a few pictures of West Point, and I still have that clip of me shooting the 60 mic mortars from that hilltop. You remember we were out there and we were dropping the mortars in,
yeah.
and we were expending some mortar. Yeah, I still have that. I still have footage from that, and Sergeant Thornsberry's like narrating it. It's a pretty funny guy. So.
So let
Yeah,
me.
Sergeant Bearden. It's been a while, Michael Bearden. If you're watching, man, it's good to hear from you. Yeah, it was a good time at West Point with you. And then some of my other fond memories are when we went out to Peace on Ridge, and I was co-located with the mortars. It would be like him, Sergeant Fleet, Sergeant Thornsberry, you know, all those guys. That was a good group of guys. So, if you guys are watching, it's good to hear from you. I hope you're all doing very well.
Yeah, we got a message from Carpenter. What's up, sir? So he's
What's up,
watching
man?
too.
I remember Carpenter. He was one of our medics while we were when we were at West Point, if I recall. And I remember him chilling in a Humvee while we were there all the time. So he was our medic. Luckily we didn't have to use him while we were at West Point, you know?
Well, we didn't,
Yeah.
but other people did, or we're
Yeah.
set up good.
Yeah.
So
It's good times.
I don't know if you remember whenever we were there, what is it called? The challenge, the case, the White Castle case challenge.
I've not forgotten that one. I've
Man,
not
like,
forgotten. I was
I,
not going to bring that up, man. I
hey,
was not
man,
going to
I
bring
know,
that up.
right? Like, I couldn't. They wouldn't leave me alone. Like, you're gonna let a second lieutenant get to you, and
I
you let
know.
him get. Like, man, that.
Dude, I thought about what I was gonna say for a while. I didn't just randomly pick that, right? You know, I thought about it. And I watch people on YouTube try that challenge, and I was like, man, if Juan can do this, he's a professional eater, man. I
I
don't know what
couldn't
else to
finish it.
say.
You finished it. I didn't, and that's what they were talking mess.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
like never challenge a 11 Charlie. And for people watching, 11 Charlie is infantry mortarmen, just so you know. So when I reference 11 Charlies, that's what I'm talking about. Um, so yeah, I watched a few things, and these people that could eat really good, they couldn't finish that challenge. And what I can't remember how many you
It
got
was
through.
20, I
You
believe.
got close.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna do it.
I was down by two. I could have finished the last two or three, something like that. I think it
Yeah,
was 20 minute burger, something like that.
yeah.
Actually, Carpenter got a channel where they do food challenges. You should go check
Really,
him out. Yeah,
I'll have to check that out.
he just messages right now. He's like, "You were a damn good officer, my friend." Uh,
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Who was that?
Bearden, we got a great officer, one of the best I work with. Great to see you. I'm telling you, man, like you were one of the fucking best second lieutenants that, well, by far that I had, and this is coming from Bearden,
I
and
appreciate that. It
that
means a
that
lot, guys.
yeah.
It means a
So
lot. And when I'm gonna reiterate it again and again. Like you guys really um helped me early on in my career. You were exactly what I needed early in my career to set me up for success. And I
yeah,
did have a what I would consider it was a shorter but a what I would call a successful career. I got out as a captain. And yeah, it was great, man. There were some low times. There were some times where, you just would, you just like, man, will this end? Will this ever end? And then there were a lot of great times, man, a lot of great moments. And, I've thought about it, I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it. It really set me up for who I am today. And I'm so thankful for the experience and so thankful for you guys and what you taught me while I was in.
yeah.
So,
I think West Point was one of the best. You know, you can call it deployment, but it was an assignment
dude,
that we had, and it was the one where I shot the most uh, rounds, live rounds,
I
through my
came,
whole military
yeah,
career.
for real. No, I used to laugh and kind of joke about it with Lieutenant Bailey at the time. Now I think he's Major Bailey.
Yeah,
But I used to joke with him, and he used to joke back like, "Yeah, that was a deployment." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Because I didn't know any better. He's like, "Yeah, that was a." He's like, "I count that as a deployment." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right." I know it's not a true
yeah.
deployment,
No, it's
but
not a true
dude,
deployment, but yeah, that's what I say
right,
assignment.
dude,
Uh,
I went on. Later on, I went on actual deployments, and you know what? Like, I ate better food deployed overseas than I did at West Point. I came back from West Point, like my mom, like literally cried when she saw me. Like that's a true story, man, because I lost like
West
so
Point
much
was
weight.
the smallest I ever went, ever
Yeah,
been.
yeah,
When I went to West Point, I was 180 pounds. When
yeah,
I got back, I was like 155. I went from a size
dude,
36 to a size 32. I was
yeah,
like, man, that was high school days. So
yeah,
it was
for
the
real.
smallest I ever been in West Point.
That's that's the smallest I've ever been in I don't know how long, and I mean it. When I got back, my mom saw me and she was upset. Like she was like in tears. She's like, he looks bad. Like the food wasn't that great. It wasn't edible. And you remember we would like order from like a 12 pack of tacos from like Taco Bell and like or we would order several of those and like split it between all of us just to like get like something to eat. But I remember like, and I joke now, and I know this is a family show, but I probably got
No,
people
go ahead.
watching, but I used to, dude, for like a month straight, I felt like all I lived off of was like beer and cigarettes, while I was
Yeah.
there. And I didn't smoke or anything, I was like, while I was there, I was like, I'll do whatever I can do to get by. So I was literally, we would, so for people watching, we would go out to the range all day and shoot mortars, and it's middle of the summer. It's in New York, but it's still pretty steamy there in the summer. And we got on like all our gear and we're out shooting mortars and different things all day and teaching like the West Point cadet
The
stuff.
West
So we're
Point
like
cadet.
doing, yeah, we're doing like maneuvers with them and everything. And we would go back at night to these like old barracks and like, I'd always say every night, like, y'all leave me alone, I'm gonna go to sleep. But they would always come and get me. and like, hey, sir, you want to come play spades? We need one more person. It was weird. You guys always needed like one more person, and it just so happened to be me. So anyway, we'd go play spades, and that's where I learned to play spades actually. And yeah, we'd sit there and play spades and drink beer and stuff. So that was it, you know. And I tell you a funny story. I was hanging out with two Marines probably about a month ago, and they wanted to play this game called Big Two. And I was like, "What is that?" And they're like telling me, and I'm like, "So it's kind of like a mix of like spades and like, I can't, like whatever, like Texas Hold'em plus like a few other
Yeah.
things." Dude, I was like schooling these people on like how to play Big Two, and I just learned it on the spot, on the fly, And by the end of the night, I was winning everything, and they didn't want to play with me anymore. And I was like, I think it's because I got so like, I don't know, like, I don't know, beat down playing spades. Like I got hazed playing spades. Like, and I'd always be like, I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm done. It'd always come back and get me. So I don't know. I
So
don't know, man.
let me ask you a question, sir. Right after we got back, I know you got moved to a different place. Um, how was the second unit that you went to? You say you ended up deploying. You had a deployment.
Yeah, I had a what I would another quote unquote deployment with my second unit, which was 525 field artillery, and that was also in 4th Brigade, 10th Mountain. I was basically someone that helped them move. I was basically a movement officer.
Okay.
I just helped them move all their stuff to uh to theater later late. It was like I don't remember how many years after. It was like a year or so after I got moved over there, maybe
Yeah.
less. It had to have been less. And so I helped them do all that. So I was like, overseas for a little while, helping facilitate that. And I trained up for that. I did like I went and trained with the Air Force, like how to.
Oh man, hold on. We got technical difficulties right here, man.
Let
Let
me
me
see.
see.
I
I
lost
lost
him
him
real
real
quick. I
quick. I
don't know
don't know
what
what
happened.
happened.
Let me
Let me
see
see
if
if
I
I
can
can
get
get
him
him
back.
back.
Uh,
Uh,
Hold
hold
on,
on,
man.
man.
Let me
Let me
see
see
what
what
happened.
happened.
We
We
time
time
out.
out.
We
We
were
were
talking
talking
together
together
before
before
we
we
came
came
into
into
the
the
live.
live.
Let me
Let me
send him
send
a
him a
new.
new.
Let me
Let me
send him
send
a
him a
new
new
link.
link.
The
The
first
first
time
time
I
I
got
got
this
this
working,
working,
technical
technical
difficulties,
difficulties,
man.
man.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bear
bear
with
with
me
me
real
real
quick.
quick.
You
You
should
should
be
be
able
able
to
to
get
get
the
the
link
link
right
right
now,
now,
and
and
we
we
can
can
restart
restart
this
this
all
all
over
over
again.
again.
Well,
Well,
not
not
restarted,
restarted,
but
but
uh,
uh,
okay.
okay.
You see
See
what
what
happened? We
happened? We
don't
don't
know
know
about
about
computers,
computers,
man.
man.
uh,
Uh,
Let me
Let me
see.
see.
I'm
I'm
glad I
glad I
was
was
able to
able to
set up
set
the
up the
second
second
computer.
computer.
They
They
say
say
we
we
got an
got an
echo.
echo.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hold
hold
on.
on.
Let me
Let me
switch
switch
you
you
to
to
the
the
other
other
computer.
computer.
I mean
I
to
mean
the
to the
other
other
screen.
screen. There we go.
Okay.
Hey, Ondorf, can you please check the audio for me, man? Let me know if he's echoing still. It's probably because I was moving everything. Where we at? Okay, we're right here.
Hey, I'm gonna
Oh,
forward that link out to some people real quick, okay?
yeah, go ahead.
I think my family was following along, and I want to make sure that
Oh
they
no, well,
have it.
the live didn't end it. The only thing that ended was the is good. Okay, yeah, it was the screen, man. I gotta work with it. You good? We got the same link. You just have to
Okay, so
resend
I'm
it.
still live.
Yeah, we live right now, sir.
That was 525. Uh, that was their signal attacking us because they know I was about to go in on the unit. So they attacked us and they took down our stream. That's what
That's what it
that was.
was.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's
everyone
exactly what it
watching,
was.
that's what happened.
Uh,
So yeah, they're at it. They're at it again, man. They just won't leave me alone. Uh,
so how was
if
going from
anybody from 525 is watching, they're gonna come after me, man.
so how was going from motor unit to artillery? How
It
different
wasn't
that was?
fun. Here, I'll cut to it. I'll be honest. It wasn't fun. I miss being in the cav unit. I miss being a headquarters platoon leader with mortars under me. Mortars, to me, in my opinion, I know, I trained in artillery, so I'm gonna have lots of people. If they watch this, they're gonna come for me. But you know what? I've said a lot of other more controversial things, and I'll say it again. I don't care. So, mortars are more responsive and honestly easier to set up, easier to shoot, and I like mortars better. I like
Yeah,
mortars better. I'll say it. I'll say it again. I like mortars better. And that's my honest opinion there. So,
yeah, man. I'm
and I
not
like
lying.
and I like being and I like being part of a maneuver unit better, man. That's
Yeah,
that's part of why you join, man. Like you don't want to just sit on the sidelines or
and
anything. You
we're
want to get in
mobile.
action, right?
We can go everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. You can go everywhere. You can go everywhere. Now,
Uh,
Do I want to carry the mortars? No, I don't want to do that. But like you guys do that, and I just it's heavy stuff. So, and yeah, I would rather just put them in a truck or something and carry them with me. But
well, that's what we did in Afghanistan. I think I had a
yeah.
picture. We had about 30 rounds.
Mm.
The motor system inside one truck, just to go set up. To a mission that we had. But man, I love carrying the 60 though. The 60 was good.
It was
Uh,
fun to shoot.
yeah, I was with
It's
well,
fun.
this was in Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, Thornsberry, he's the one that went out with me with the 60. So, I had the tube and I had two rounds, and then the other guys had the rest. It was out to me, the 60 was fun. But
It's fun.
the 120, that's the big boy right there. That's a big boy toy.
That's a big boy. But I tell you what, man, like those 120s, like if I need, if I'm calling for fire and I know I got 120s, I'm happy, dude, because
Yeah.
they're responsive, they're fast, they're responsive, and they're usually very accurate. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of mortars. I've trained on just about all the artillery out there. I've trained on everything from 60s up to a Paladin, and my favorite is mortars. And within mortars, I like personally, I like 60s a lot. I don't know, man. I don't know, but if I'm not having to carry it or like, shoot them, 120s are nice too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was fun, dude. That was always
So
fun shooting
you
mortars.
got to see some action while you were in country?
A little bit, man. I
Where do you go?
deployed. Was deployed. So I was with 525. I was a unit movement officer with them. You could say. Um, and then I came back, and I don't remember what year that was, dude. 2013 or 14 would be my best guess. And then when I came back, I hung out there for a little bit, and like in my true sense with me, I was ready to go and do something else. I was ready to see something new. So I volunteered to switch units and go to what was that? First Army or whatever in Kuwait. And then when I was there, I thought it would be I wasn't counting this as a deployment, but this was in 2014 around May. If I got my dates wrong, I'm sorry. But it was around May, and that's when ISIS really kicked up. And so that's when I got involved with an actual quote unquote deployment. So yeah, I did go forward for a little bit, spent some time in country, and yeah, so that was it.
And over there, you
When
were
I was
attached to also to a what is it
that
called?
was that was a really interesting place. We pretty much, so you remember at the time. Oh geez, I'm trying not. I don't want to like um give me a second to like think how I want to word this. I'll just tell you the truth. How about that? If it gets us in trouble, I don't care. Um, so that was when ISIS got kicked off, and that's when they started taking Iraq back from whatever puppet government that we set up. And you remember we supplied. I don't know if you ever went to Iraq or not. I think you were Afghanistan, but in
Afghanistan.
Iraq, we pretty much supplied um, whoever their Iraqi defense forces with all their gear
Oh, we did the same
when
thing in
we
Afghanistan.
yeah when we invaded the first or second time. Whatever you want to call it, like the second time, we'll call it the
Yeah.
second time post 9/11. We invaded, and then that's when we were like, oh, we're gonna rebuild this country, and we're gonna give them all this crap that they're not trained, and we're gonna train them on it, and we're gonna do all this, and they're gonna be great, and it's gonna be stable. Well, that was a complete utter failure, as you know,
Yeah.
because so these same people that we went in and armed and trained, uh, you know, IDF, as soon as ISIS reared its head and was like, you know what, we're gonna try to take back Iraq and take back over because we can, you know, and they did for a while, and that's when we got involved, and that was the time frame that I was actually sent forward to Kuwait. And while I was there, I worked in the fires group, so I was JFO trained. JFO
Okay.
means Joint Fires
Join. Yeah.
Observer, so I was already trained in that. And as an artilleryman, they know I already have a lot of experience with all of these things, close air support, calling for fire,
Yeah.
munitions, you name it. I know a lot of this stuff. So they were like, well, we're going to take these guys and we're going to turn them into essentially targeting officers. And so I got turned into a targeting officer and a collateral damage analyst, you might as well say.
Yeah.
And CENTCOM is who trains you. So I got trained by some civilians from CENTCOM on this, and it's a really hard test. It's supposedly, I thought it was easy, like everything else. Like when it come to anything mental in the army, it was easy to me, right? Like physically, I was challenged at times. I wasn't, ever like a really physically fit person, but like mentally, if you set me down and you're like, memorize this, I'm like, all right, easy, I'll do it. And then I would go in and like, we had to take this test, and I scored like whatever good score on it. And so I got certified by CENTCOM. And I don't know, apparently a lot of people fail the class. I got to brag a little bit about myself because it's really the only thing I can brag about is, that I was able to do this. And so anyway, I turned into this person, and I had another NCO that went, and he was, and I no joke, man, met a lot of people in the army. This dude was the smartest person I met. He was like a staff sergeant from, I think he came from like the 82nd. And this dude was really sharp, and he also passed. And so we were both tasked, opposite shifts while we were deployed. And we basically sat there with the ground commander and helped them, um, strike targets. And so we ran an air campaign against ISIS. And I don't know if how many people were really paying attention. I don't know what the news was saying at this time, but the Iraqi Defense Forces pretty much turned tail and ran, threw the rifles down. Dude, they had all this equipment, all these Humvees, all these up armored Humvees, all
Yeah.
this stuff we give, and they just throw it down and run. And so what did ISIS do? Well, they chase them down and shoot them, dude. And these guys were like relentless, right? They're like, all right, we don't care if you turn and run. We're going to chase you down and shoot you. And I mean, like, dude, they meant business. Like they were lining people up, shooting them in the head, and just throwing them in the river, right? And so anyway, the U.S. got involved when supposedly, and let me tell how much time are we at? We got plenty of time. Are you cool if I like tell you like how we got
Yeah,
involved here?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think this is great. So I'm glad you asked this question, and I can go into this a little bit because I want to tell people about this, and this is how things go. This is how it works, and there's a there's a message I want people to receive from this. That whoever's watching, I want you to receive this message, and a lot of you guys probably already know this. You probably already know it if you've been in. So anyway, there was supposedly this intel that there were like tens of thousands of Yazidis who are like a mix of different religions, if I recall. I don't know the whole background. All I know is they're like a certain group there in Iraq. They're a minority group. They were trapped by ISIS on Sinjar Mountain. And this was this huge humanitarian crisis if we didn't do something. So you see how we entered the war. This what I call Iraq Part Three, and this is what started Operation Inherent Resolve. So my counterpart was on that night and helped make the first, set up the first strike that got us involved, and that's what started the air campaign in Iraq Part Three and brought us back in. This is after we had helped them, and then I don't know if you remember this when we withdrew. NCOs were telling me that had been there that we pretty much just drove our Humvees across the border and parked them, and God knows what happened after that.
Yeah, because
So this is
everything
kind of
was left
like,
behind.
yeah, this is like kind of like something else that just happened. What
Yeah,
what was it in Afghanistan? Right? It just turn around and withdraw like with no like methodical like anything to it. There's a tactical, you can tactically retreat or withdraw. And these fools that are supposed to be like our best, the best of the best, are out there like, you know, showing how incompetent they really are, giving all this gear away and just like just blowing it, dude, just blowing it. Blowing all that. Think about all the people that went to Iraq. Think about all those lives. Think about all those soldiers, all their personal lives, all the things that happened. And this is what they did. And then you can see the outcome a few years later of the people that we supposedly trained. And then you see how we get back in it by manufactured humanitarian crisis. And I remember watching live, they had like UAV feeds of Sinjar Mountain. There might have been they made it out like there were thousands of people. There might have been a few hundred, maybe a few hundred, maybe at if that. It was complete garbage, dude. And that's what got us. That's what got us in that. And I was there in theater during that time. So that was my experience.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
And
crazy.
so anyway, and I got to see a little bit behind the scenes with like Syria and all of that. And yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that what is being put out and then what's really happening is two way two different things. And
yeah.
one of the things that I tell people is that when I first joined, I joined because I wanted to make a difference. I'm a father. I wanted to end the war out there, and not to come over here. But this is never gonna end. It's a never ending war. I don't care what you say. I don't. It's always gonna be the same. So it's
The
like, to be honest with you, towards the end, we forgot. Well, the only reason why we're fighting is because we wanted to come back alive. You see, they're more us, and that's the truth. That's how I felt at the end. Like towards the end, it's like, man, I just want gotta do what I gotta do to come back home.
Yeah,
So
I agree. That
yeah,
is the truest.
yeah,
That is the truest statement.
whatever is put out there, is different for what we see on the ground,
Mm,
and when politicians they really want to know what's going on, they need to get their asses out there and see what we're dealing with because all this intel that they're getting full of shit,
yeah,
and then we ran into big missions for this type of intel that it was just fucking waste of time.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
This, like you said in quotations, intel. Yeah,
yeah.
it's not intel. It's the opposite. What's the opposite of intelligence? I don't know, but I've had a little bit to drink at this point, so I can't tell you the antonym. But Yeah, it's the opposite of intelligence.
Yeah.
That's a complete misnomer, military intelligence, or any of their intelligence. I don't know, but that's like, and it's yeah, it's horrible, man. It's horrible. I saw that a million times, and to your point about like you're doing what you had to do to come back, I admire that, and people have all these like noble ideas of what they would do. Oh, I would never do that. Or I mean, no, you don't know until you get there.
Yeah.
I remember I was sitting on a plane and I was getting ready to deploy, and I was like, and I wasn't going to like some like hot combat zone, like pre, what was it, pre
Yeah, Kuwait.
2006,
Yeah.
right? Like, but I'm still like, dude, like, I want to come back. I don't want to die somewhere else in some like shithole country. And I'll say that, you know, um, but you just don't know until you get there, and that
Yeah,
me,
like
I was like not going anywhere super dangerous or anything, but I still didn't, I was like, no, I'll do whatever I have to do.
it's
And people,
a lot of NCOs out there that I respect because you know, I deployed, it was 2010, 2011. But
mm,
one of them, I know Torrensberry is watching right now. Bearden just messaged me. Bearden, Lopez, Simon Capin, all these guys, man, Sam Martinez, Sam Rios, they have
uh,
multiple deployments under their belt before,
yeah,
Sergeant Holton. Man, fucking respect that guy. But he's like, they went through all these different phases. Like, whenever I got there, we got better trucks, better, I think better support than whenever they did the invasion. So
yeah,
it's like, and at the end of the day, uh, if you ask me what changed, I couldn't tell you what changed. We
yeah.
lost a lot of good guys out there, and
And and for
you
what
know,
reason? You have to
and
act.
then
It sucks to say that, right? But
yeah,
you have to ask. You have
people
to be
right now.
truthful about these things.
Yeah, people right now is like they don't understand because look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love doing this right here. I like talking about, your experience, what you went through. Not a lot of people, what I try to tell people is not every veteran seen combat. It's only few of us that seen combat.
Yeah,
I don't think that I would never compare myself to any of these fucking guys that I mentioned because I only had
100%,
one deployment under my belt. That's it. Only
hundred
one
percent.
year. That's it. But these
But
fucking guys, like, think about it.
mm,
If I'm fucked up in the head, and I know I am
mm,
fucked up in the head,
mm,
like I admire these guys for fucking still going strong. It's like everybody got a different set of mind,
mm,
different mindset. For me, doing this, it kind of helps me out a little bit, but at the same time, like I was saying earlier, um, this towards the beginning of this month, I started going back to my psychologist because, sometimes this fucks me up a little bit too. But it's
mm.
like, I know now is when I question myself, like, was it worth it?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I don't regret anything that I did. I don't regret
Good.
anything. Why? Because we all
Right.
here.
Mm,
All my guys came back. We all here. Now I got extended family. It's not just friends. It's not people that I deploy with. It's
yeah,
extended family. And
yeah,
now we got to look out for each other. Why?
mm,
Because now that we're back, nobody's looking out for us.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and that's well. I didn't want to mention this, but do you remember Chastain?
yeah. I do.
And we lost
Yeah,
Chastain.
yeah,
We lost Chastain. I think it was at the beginning of the week.
yeah,
And to me, Chastain was one of the most humble,
yeah.
real person that I ever met through my military career.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me out a lot, and this
Same.
guy was always out to help people out. Even
Yeah,
after he got out the military, he went back to Afghanistan to
yeah,
teach A&A people English, to help other people out.
yeah.
He's one of the realest guys and more sincere guys that I ever met.
Yes.
It took, man, like, how can I tell
I
you?
was. Yeah, I was sad.
It's yes.
I was really sad about that, man. That
And
really hit
look,
me hard.
I was holding like I seen different posts, but he's like, man, like I don't feel like I'm ready to post anything about him because we
Mm-mm.
spend a lot of time. West Point was one of
Mhm.
the times that we spent more time together because we used to sleep across each other. Those
Yeah, I
fucking little
remember.
kids. So it's
Yeah,
like I spent a lot of time with him, and he always
yeah,
told me, "It's like, look, man, whatever we're doing, is because we chose this life. Now we just gotta learn how to deal with it." And that is true.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
forced us to do anything. Nobody forced us to sign a paper. We did it because we
yeah,
wanted to, and we wanted to
yeah,
make a difference. What difference it is, I'm not sure. It can go both ways. It could have been good, could have been bad. But we're here right now. We're talking about it. We got family next to us. Now we gotta take care of these people
yeah,
that came back with us. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That really hurt me. I really admired Sergeant Chastain. He was a great dude, and that guy was one of the, he was an armorer, but he was a really like sort of a for me as a lieutenant, he wasn't like an emotional someone I could just go to, and he was like an emotional like rock. I don't know how else to put it. The guy
yeah,
was like he had a way about himself that he could help you by just having a conversation with the guy, and like you walk away,
yes,
you're like, wow, I feel better and I feel supported by Sergeant Chastity. He had that way, man, and man, I was so like I hated I when I saw the news, I was sad, man. I was sad. I had followed him for a while on Facebook, and that's kind of how I've kept track of a lot of people.
yeah,
And I really, man, I really hated seeing that. And Sergeant Chastain, by chance, has any family that watches this, I just want to tell you guys, he was one of the best. That was a great dude. That was a great dude, and I'm
yeah,
so thankful I got the chance to have someone like him in one of my units.
yeah. I was talking to Bearden about him last week. He gave me a call, and we're
Yeah,
talking. We're talking for a minute, and like we just talking about reminiscing
yeah,
about him because,
yeah,
like I say, it's one of the realest guys that I ever met. And like you say, he had a way with words. Like he will make you feel more calm. And then one of the things
hmm
he'll always be like, "Hey man, remember you got a family that you got to look out for." He's
yeah,
like, "Remember, you need to be close to
yeah,
home." So
yeah,
you know, yeah, we lost a good one. We lost
yeah.
a
I
good
agree,
one.
Warren. I agree.
Yeah,
He will be missed.
yeah. So man, so what happened once you got back from deployment, sir?
I came back from deployment and I was going to branch civil affairs for whatever reason. I don't know what came into my mind to make me do that. Um, looking back now, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad eventually I got out before I did any of that. Because what a
I
and I
bet.
hope they're watching. I hope they're watching. I'll tell them right now, your job is pointless. If I was in charge of the military or defense spending or anything of authority, I would definitely want to, you know, uh, do away with that part of the military. Civil affairs specifically, I would do away with it. It's a huge waste. They call themselves like warrior diplomats. That's complete trash. Like they don't do anything, and they can come for me. They can come for me. I'm right here. I'll say it. I'll say it again. So I'm sure they're just seething away. They're seething away. They do a lot with NGOs. And I don't like NGOs because that's a
Explain
way
what is
that
NGOs for people that don't know.
non-governmental
Governmental.
organizations uh, like pretend to be these like charity type organizations, and they're just another way for money to be laundered. Is my opinion on them, and I think it's part of the reason why we have so many problems in Ukraine right now. Is some of the NGOs that were there. I'm sure people will disagree. They can disagree all day long. I don't care what you say. You can stay mad at me. They're the reason why we have a lot of problems.
They
And they go in and instigate things. They don't help. They don't mitigate or any of that. They instigate, and I don't like them. So
so one
that's
of the
that.
things that a lot of people don't understand. It's election time. I don't talk politics, but I talk about what I see.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
talk politics if you
it's
want one.
it's like no, well, I try to keep it, because
Yeah, I
I
know
know
what you. Yeah,
there's a lot of hate out there, but it's like
we
I do
we don't
like to
have to go
express.
that way.
I like to
Yeah,
express what I see, and whenever I see all these places like Florida getting hit up with a hurricane, and you get the president and vice president telling them that they're gonna receive a $700 check because FEMA is running out of money, and they don't know when they're gonna get more money. But the very next couple of days later, you send in $400 million back to Ukraine.
yeah,
You're telling me that my taxes are going to Ukraine, but they cannot go to help people in the states.
yeah,
Like I don't understand how we got so much money to send them away, but we don't got anything to help our own people. At
yeah,
the end of the day, the reason why we fought, is to protect our people, to protect
yeah,
our country, not to fuck our people and send
yeah,
this money out.
yeah,
It's that's one of the things that pisses me off. Like
yeah.
during the past hurricanes that we had here in Houston, I've been blessed. We've been blessed. Nothing happened to us, but it's been a lot of people that lost houses,
Mhm.
lost a lot
Yeah,
of property. Someone
yeah.
were close to us, and FEMA money was not there. Uh,
Mm-mm.
the
Where
help
were
was
they
not
at?
there, so it was
Mm-mm.
just family members helping each other out, friends
It
helping each
was the
other out.
community. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree, Juan.
so it's
Family and
like
community.
people don't see. They only see what the fuck they want to see, but they're looking
Yeah.
at the fucking wrong picture. Like, if how you gonna have somebody in the office that don't know how to take care of your own people and worry
Mhm.
more about everybody else? You know.
You're making points that I 100% agree with. And yeah, it's pretty obvious where their priorities are after this past hurricane season, and for anyone out there that's like, oh yeah, insurance will cover it. What are you worried about? Have you ever dealt with insurance before? You know, uh,
So let me
get
tell
back to
you.
me if you have.
Yeah, let me tell you. My parents' house. They had got a house by the water. This past hurricane, got a tree fall down on top of the house. I
Yeah.
went out there. I took the tree down. It took me about 3 4 days. Called the insurance company. Called the insurance company. I told them what's going on. Hey, we got a hole in the roof. We got shingles missing. All this happened, and they're like, "Well, if it's not, like we really don't cover everything, but make sure you give us a quote and see what we can do." You know how much money we got from the insurance company?
Few $100s.
$0.
Zero. Wow.
zero
Not
dollars
shocking.
because the damage was not big enough for them to cover it.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, you got a fucking tree on top of a house with a hole in the fucking roof. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Like,
Yeah.
destroy the house and maybe you can cover some?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid when people think like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we we as man, how can I say this? I don't want to. I don't want to fuck
You can
things up,
say
but
whatever
it's
you
like,
want. Hey, Juan,
you know what?
this is your show,
This is
man.
my
You say
fucking
what you want.
channel. So it's like I've been a lot of people been I got a couple of people that tell me like how you gonna be so racist being Mexican? How am I being racist because I'm talking shit about the clown that we have in the office? How does that make me
Yeah.
racist? Oh, because
Oh,
you want the other guy to win, bro. Like just look what the fuck is going on. But
yeah. Well, that's
so
what you're supposed to call people that disagree with you, Juan. You should
yeah,
know
that's
that
what
by
it
now.
is.
That's what you call
So
them
sir,
when you don't have a good point to come back with, right?
So look, I know you told me you had an hour. We got now we went 56 minutes. I don't want to keep.
We can go a little we can go a little bit longer, and I feel like we're on a pretty good roll. Let's go a little bit longer. We're gonna have to do a second session
It's
because
up to you.
I was gonna talk about post 9/11 GI Bill. So if you will have me on for a second session, I'll come back. Now I don't know when I can do
Oh,
another one. Maybe
whenever you want to come back, and
okay.
this fucking door is open.
All
Whenever
right,
you want
love
to
it,
come
man.
back, I'm here for you.
Yeah. Well, I enjoy this kind of stuff too, especially when someone will actually listen to me and I can't tell these things to people that I work with or I'm around in my daily life because, it's different life experience and that's
You
fine.
see,
So,
that's one of the perks about having your own business. I don't give a fuck. If you
hey,
come
man.
from my business and you acting stupid, that's a
Yeah.
fucking door right there. And I
Yeah,
get, you see,
dude.
that's why sometimes I gotta watch what I say. But sometimes it's like, man, I cannot please stupid people. I'm not. That's not in my nature. Like, I was raised a different way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
It's hard.
society is different. I guess they're too soft.
Yeah.
Um, it's not the way it used to be. Let me
Well, I
see.
don't
You
know.
go.
I don't know because this is all I know, man. Like I just know our generation. So, but I can see what you mean. I can see
We
what you
got
mean, dude.
before we go, we got Thornsberry just messaged me right now. Is like
What what's
tell
he
home
what's he got?
Thornsberry. He's like tell homeboy say what's up.
What's
So
up, Sergeant Thornsberry?
yeah,
Hey,
so he's watching. For some reason, he cannot comment. I don't know what the heck is going on.
he's probably one of the if I'm not mistaken, he's probably going civil affairs. He's probably about to like just light me up next time he sees me. Hey,
uh,
Sergeant Thornsberry, wherever you're at right now, man, best of luck to you in your career. You're awesome, and can't say enough great things about him as a person
I'm
and
not gonna
as
lie. I'm gonna tell you
that
this.
dude that dude could
I
make me
had
laugh
one of
every
the
day.
biggest fuck ups in my military career with that guy, and he
What
fucking
he
covered
do?
down for me. I'm not. I couldn't fucking say what the fuck I did, but that could have
Yeah,
cost me my
you don't have to
career.
say. Yeah, you
And
don't have to say anything.
that motherfucker, solid ass dude. You know what the fuck I did in Afghanistan, and you fucking got my back. I don't even think Bearden knows what the fuck I did. But
Yeah.
these
Well,
was between me and him, and he covered down for me like
yeah.
fucking a man. That guy, salute to you,
So
motherfucker. You know what
so
happens.
yeah. So Juan, you've had on a lot of people. I mean, not telling you what to do with your show here or anything, man, but just a suggestion. Will those guys come on? I'd love to hear their story. I never got their full stories. I just knew them while I was there, and I got to know them on a somewhat personal level. But I'd love to hear like
Some
about a
of-
private Thornsberry and
so look,
on up.
some people don't want to come in and talk about their career. They don't want to talk about what they did. One of them is fucking Bearden. I'm gonna get the
That's
motherfucker to
okay,
come
man.
one of
And
these
that's
days.
okay.
But
And
it's
that's
like,
respectable.
yeah, it's like I tell him it's like, hey man, you guys need to get over here. Why? Because like Torrensberry fucking out, man. If you watch it, I would fucking love for you to come over here and talk about your career.
Mm,
And I tell him it's like, look, man, I just wanna. What do you think? How was it? What made you join? Why you staying in? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
so
That's
it's
respectable. That's
yeah, so
respectable,
it's
man.
like it's many people they like watching, but they don't want to come in. So it's
Yeah.
hard. It's kind of hard. And then
It-
well, I'm gonna tell you
yeah.
what happened. One of the
You don't
things.
have
Well, no, look,
you don't have to.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. Like, is one of the things that kind of got me down a little bit is that I got somebody that reached out to me, wanted to come into the channel, and I never met this guy in my life. I just, he watches the videos. He wanted to come over, but then whenever he told me that, you know, we had a good conversation, and he's like, "You're exploiting soldiers. You just want to make money out of people. That's what you want. You want them to come to your channel, like, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, to make money out of this, you gotta be a clean conversation. My eyes do not know how to shut the fuck up. So this is not a clean conversation. I'm not making money out of this. I'm spending money to do this right here. And I'm not
Yeah.
doing it for the money. I'm doing it because, like you say, I like to learn about people's experience. I like to
Yeah.
learn what drove you to be in the military. I want to.
Yeah.
A lot of people is they don't know why you went in. They don't know anything about you. And
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, this we might go one day, but this is gonna stay here forever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So this is like a
Yeah.
way for people to share what they think, and it's gonna be out there
Yeah.
for everybody to watch. Mind you,
Yeah.
I only got 149 subscribers. We've been having 9 or 10 people watching, so it is not.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day, we get more people, but it's
Yeah.
like, um,
Where's the chat at? I wanted to look at the chat. Is that
Uh, it's on the live. Well, that's why I got the second screen over here. I
oh, okay.
cannot set it up like, okay, so with you, it is the first time I do a Zoom call. I had never done this before. I
Yeah.
usually YouTube is crazy. You gotta do only with a mobile device, only with a phone. So
Yeah. Okay.
this is the first time I'm doing it like this. That's why
Well,
I didn't know
good.
you have to pay for Zoom. Like the fuck. It's telling me that it's about to run out of time too again. uh, but
Oh,
it, but it's like I had never done this. That's why I set up the big TV in the back so I can read the comments. So
yeah.
I got
That's
another one.
awesome.
Yeah, but yes, sir. Like I say, I love whenever you get a chance to come back second round. I'm here, and anytime you want.
Yeah. We could
And I
probably we could probably make a series out of this, man. I got so much I got so many other things to say, and
yeah,
it's good to hear a lot of old names that put a smile on my face. Like cracks me up hearing from Michael Bearden and all those guys. Like,
and I love the fucking guy, Bearden, that motherfucker right there. I love that
yeah,
guy. Yeah.
yeah,
But it is
yeah, some good
like
dudes.
uh, it is like this is taking me back to I'm reminiscing about the good old days. So it's
Yeah,
hard for me. Like that's the problem. Whenever I'm like you, we work together, and I just want to keep talking about the stories that we did.
yeah,
But I need
yeah. I
to
could,
listen to what you did after I left. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want
yeah,
to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Hey, and I just want to add to what you were saying a few minutes ago. You know, one, like what you're doing here. You know, I like what you've got going. It's great to see this. I'm glad to see that you're doing this, and I mean that. I thought about that, and I'm like, I
Thank
love that
you.
you're doing this, and I want to encourage you to continue to do it. I think it's great, and if someone, wants to hate on you, that's a good sign, man.
So I'm
You
trying to
know,
I'm trying to expand a little bit more. I'm talking to U.S. Vets of Houston. They are a nonprofit organization that helps homeless veterans, and they actually have counselors that they have more information about, that we can provide to veterans, and that's what
hmm
I'm trying to do right now. Like link up with them, partner with them, and
yeah.
they got a job placement program. As you know, well, I
Oh,
don't know if you know, but I got a uniform store.
yeah,
So what I'm trying to do right now is like tell them, since they place homeless veterans on different jobs, I'm giving them free uniforms for these people these veterans that are gonna get back on their
mm,
feet. So it's like, and I'm not they got grants that they got like a minimum that they can spend on each person, but I'm not
yeah,
charging them anything. I don't want no money for them. What I want is information that I can share with you. I want to sit down
yeah,
with one of their counselors so they can bring more information. I know it's a lot of veterans out there that are homeless for whatever reasons, move out of state, move out of new city, and police organizations like that. Another one is Major Bailey. I mean, he got his what is it called? Big Time Fate. Warriors Next Adventure. It's another people that been damn it. Hold on, let me see. So we run out of time again.
Let me
Let me
change
change
this.
this.
So we ran out of time again, but hopefully I get him back again. But yeah, man, like I was telling ya, it's different non-profit organizations out there for veterans. Um, hopefully we can get US Bets of Houston to come back, and so I can sit down with one of the counselors. That way we can bring people in that actually know more about benefits for veterans, how so they can talk about what they have, um, to help homeless, about all the programs that they have. Um, I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot. I want to bring people in that know. Um, Let me see. Return to meeting. Let's see if I can bring him in back in again before we go. That way he can say some and close down this. Give me a minute. I hope the audio is good. There we goes. Okay. Let me see.
All right, I'm back.
Sorry about that.
No, I guarantee it was another one of the NGOs that we fund. I
uh,
guarantee you they're who attacked the stream. They don't
let,
like what I
let,
had to say.
and let me make sure we're good. We back live. Yeah, like I was telling you, it's like I'm trying to partner with these nonprofit organizations. That way, I can get more information to other veterans. The reason why I started this is to bring information about benefits, about what's out there for us, and I can do a research. But whenever you got a counselor, that's what they do for a living. The problem that I'm running into right now is that a lot of these people got contracts and they can not come on camera and talk about what they're doing because if it's a misinformation, it can affect them on their contract. So,
I understand. I
yeah,
understand
so,
that.
uh,
It's actually that's wise. So, I will say like I learned some stuff on Carpenter's appearance on here with you that I didn't know, and like it's so I'll say it's already been beneficial. And then you're bringing awareness to what James Bailey has going on as well too, which I think's
yeah,
amazing. I admire what he's doing, and it really made me think and reevaluate. Like okay, I got it pretty good. How can I help? Help out some others maybe that have caught some tough breaks as well, and try to help them out. And so yeah, it's good, man. Like I like what you're doing here, and that's why I want to say, man, continue to do it. Maybe one person says something else. Who cares? It's one person. You're doing your thing.
yeah.
You know what you're
No,
doing.
and that's the
Focus
thing.
on you,
Like,
man.
it doesn't affect me. It's just like, you know, whenever and it is people that reach out to me is like other veterans that been here and they see the
Yeah,
channel like, look, that one, if you keep doing this, you might have to do a contract, you might have to do waivers, release of information, all this. But I don't
yeah.
think that I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna be that big. I'm just, you know, local. I will not local because
Hey,
you look where you at. But it's
you
like
know what?
as long as
Do it, man.
what I want is just like I just want to reach out to people that really need this information. Like right now,
Mm,
look, we talking and I just got a message from Bond. Is like we're gonna he got some information about the BRNE benefits. We had a conversation here, and he wants to do an update video. We can do an update video, bro. Whenever, sorry, looking at the wrong. We can do an updated video, man. Whenever if you got more information about those benefits. So he's like people like him, like they bring in benefits that I didn't know about. Like like this is what I want. This is what I want to share with veterans. Another thing
yeah.
is that I'm big about is PTSD, man.
Yes.
I was always, I didn't want people to know what the fuck I was going through.
Hmm.
The reason why is I thought it would make me weak. I thought it was gonna make me, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking. But
Hmm.
to be honest with you, the more I talk about it, the more people reach out to me. They're going through the
Hmm.
same situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we don't want to talk to a counselor. We don't want to talk to a psychiatrist, psychologist. We just want other people, the
Hmm.
veterans, to listen to us. And
Yeah.
if I can be the one, I don't mind that. But it's like sometimes it's not lie, it kind of takes a toll because I'm not
Hmm.
prepared to tell them what to do. I'm not, I don't
Yeah.
got the education. I don't got the resources to guide them on how to deal with
Yeah.
things. So what I
Yeah.
want to do, I want to be the middle guy that like, look, bro, like this is what's going through. I can refer you to this person. They
Hmm.
can't. That's what I want to do. Like I want to have that connections where I can tell you, okay, so you're having these problems. Look, this is the organization can help you with this. Oh, you got this. Where are you located? Okay, so this
Yep.
organization can do this. So that's what I want to do. I want to be like, if you don't know where to go, come over here, and I get the answer for you. You know how it is in the military. Sir, I don't
Yeah.
know the answer, but I'm gonna find the answer for you. That's
Yeah.
what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
Be here to help other people out.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like and then I gave like you coming over here. I love this. Why? Because we have connection. Like you part of my military career, but I don't know what happened to you after you left. So it's
Yeah.
good to hear you experience, what you went through. So it's nice, man. Like I enjoy it. And you see right here, Bearden, Thornsberry, Ondorf, Carpenter, everybody talking good about you. And that tells you something. You did fucking something
Yeah.
good. Sometimes we
It's
don't get that like, hey man, you're doing good. We in the military we're not like that. But right now
mm,
it's different. It feels good to fucking hear that.
it
Hey,
does. It does
you
feel
did
good.
it. You even though you were a butter bar, you did good. uh, but yeah,
Yeah. It
ah,
does feel good. I appreciate it. Feels good,
yes,
man.
yeah. So, you got anything? Well, whenever you're ready, sir, we can do a second episode. You just
Yeah.
let me know when you want to come in.
If
Um,
you'll have me back, I'll come back for a second episode
yeah,
and we can
whenever.
talk more stuff.
This is what I love. Like Carpenter, he called me. We did it like, hey man, I got some information. Boom. Mom called me.
Hmm.
Hey, I got some information. Boom, come here, let's go. So I
Yeah.
love getting those. Like, hey, when can I come in? Come on, let's go. You got something else to say? Let's go. And I
Yeah.
love that. The only thing is right now, uh, I'm not gonna lie, I love doing this, but at the end of the day, I gotta shout out to my baby girls. One of them, they went to regionals last week. They got first place in
I
their
saw that.
yeah. So we going to state next week. So
Good luck to them.
we traveling on Thursday. Next Thursday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be live. We're
Hmm.
traveling to Round Rock. They running on Friday for state competition. So it's like it's hard to keep everything. You know, yeah.
Hmm.
Once I travel, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do a live or not. So but hey man, I'm proud of my
Hey,
little baby girls. Both of them they're
uh,
doing really good. They
that's
improved a
awesome.
lot from last year. So it's like at the end of the day, to me, family comes first. So I need to take care of my babies, and then we come back to this. So hopefully, I don't know. If anything, I might go live on Saturday after we get back
Okay.
from their competition.
Okay.
But it's like whenever you're ready, let me know. Hopefully, we can
Yeah.
come in, and if the time is good for you, I'm here.
Yeah. Sounds
Uh,
good, man. Yeah, I'd love to come back and continue the conversation. I have plenty other things to talk about. We barely scratched the surface with a lot of stuff. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I appreciate you having me, Juan. It means a lot to hear what, all the all the comments that people have on me. It's nice to hear I wasn't a very failed officer, that I actually, was halfway decent. you know,
One of the best
no, I
officers
appreciate
I had.
it.
And
Appreciate it, man. Thank you
well,
so
you had a
much.
good replacement. Came out with Matula. Lieutenant Matula was
Oh,
right after you. Yeah,
yeah.
he used to
Yeah,
get a
I
little more
don't.
scared of you. And like he's all like, sir, don't fucking worry about it. You do this shit right here. And he like, but like, don't worry about it, sir. I got you. Just fucking,
Oh my God.
yes, I got
I
you.
bet. Yeah, I
But hopefully,
bet.
man, it would be good if we get him to come over here. I guess he don't get on Facebook a lot. I've been sending him messages, but nah, I don't see that he never opened them. So I'm glad
Yeah.
you opened yours though.
Yeah.
Uh,
James Bailey said that I give everyone the cold shoulder, but I saw his message and I heard him say that, and I went back and I found it, and I felt really bad about that. Man, I'll say this: I'm a busy person. I work long hours. I have a lot going on, so I'm just grinding away over here, man. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys would have me on here, and would love to come back and let's talk about, a few other things. I don't know how much of your audience wants to hear about post 9/11 GI benefits, but it's something that greatly, greatly benefited me and has really set me up for
And you know
like,
what? That's one of the things that I need to get to it. Like I was telling my wife, like I preach about a lot about benefits, 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 and I'm not fucking following what I'm preaching. So I need to
yeah,
get back to it.
you
I'm
need
trying to,
to,
yeah, I'm talking to Bearden right now because he's putting both of his kids through college and he's getting help. The problem is I call and they say that they have zero dependence on my end, so I cannot transfer my benefits. And I was like, "It's no way that I already had no benefits if I always have
yeah,
my daughters and my wife as a dependence since I came in. So I gotta.
yeah,
He been on my ass about fixing that. He's like, you need to get your ass fix this shit, get it going
yeah,
and that's something that is gonna help my kids.
yeah,
So yeah, that would be a
yeah,
good topping right there. I know you
yeah.
can add them right now that I'm out, but I don't know what's the process. I gotta find out. So
Okay.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Anything you gotta say, sir, before we leave?
Yeah, I just want to, say, I appreciate everyone that got on here and listened to all the, listen to my experience and joined us and listened in. Just be here. My family's always been there to support me. I really appreciate them. I know my cousin had maybe messaged you earlier. I just want to give a shout out to
She's
them,
she's
all my
on it right
cousins.
now. So you say
Awesome.
great job.
Yeah.
They're
Thank
watching right
you.
now.
It's as always, thank you so much for all y'all's support. I'm glad y'all showed up, just to hear me kind of rant a little bit and talk about a few other things. Yeah, thanks for the support. My family's, like you said, family is the most important thing, and I'm so grateful for all my family support and all my friends support. I consider everyone that I served with a friend, a brother, and you guys saying all those things really, really makes me feel good, and I can't tell you how much it means to me. Thank you.
I'm telling you, sir, if you go back, I'm not saying this because you're here, but if you go back to my old videos, that's one of the things that I talk about you whenever you walk in. Because that's one of the
Yeah,
things that I won't forget whenever you say, I'm here to learn from you. That was the green light that, all right, he's not going to be an asshole. Because, it's like, depending on how we feel you, is how you're going to get treated. Respect is not given, it's earned,
yeah,
and you earn that respect. And we never had a problem with you. Everything, you will ask, what do you think about this? So that means a lot. That means that
thank you.
you really want to learn, you want to get better at your job. And you had NCOs with experience. You had Beard and
Yes,
Thornsberry. You had I believe, I don't remember if it's what was his
Sergeant
name?
Fleet,
Yeah, Sergeant
Sergeant
Fleet. Oh,
Fleet,
Sergeant Fleet was there. So he is
Sergeant
like, you got all
Sergeant
these
James
guys.
Sullivan. Yeah, Sergeant James Sullivan was my 13 Fox counterpart, and
I
he
forgot
was
about,
great.
man. I forgot about Sergeant Sullivan. It's been a fucking minute since I heard that name.
He's
Holy
on
fuck.
Facebook. He's on
Yeah.
Facebook. You should look him up. He's
Do you ever met Sam Bonet?
no, he was
It
before
was
my
for
time.
episode. It was for episode NCO in Afghanistan. Man,
He was before my time. Sergeant Sullivan was my FSNCO. He was amazing. He
I
was
need to
very sharp.
fucking. I would love to get in contact with that motherfucker. If any one of
Yeah,
y'all knows Sam Bonet, man, let me know, man. Like I fucking miss
yeah,
that dude. And I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But
yeah,
yeah, he was a good guy. Fucking old man. He was a good fucking guy.
yeah,
In
man.
Afghanistan. But all right, sir, I won't keep you here, sir.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, you got my number now. I message you. I'm gonna send you a little care package for being here.
Hey,
Little something.
I'm gonna, let's get with each other offline here in a minute. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna get you something as well. I've got the perfect gift for you.
Oh
And when I
shit!
come back, I'm gonna reveal it live for you. How
Is it
about
gonna be a
that?
green card? uh,
I I might can pull a few strings for you, Juan. I don't know.
uh, No, but
That's
yeah,
good.
I give it a call right now. Everybody that is watching, man, sorry for the technical difficulties. My first time doing a Zoom video call and having a live. I'm
Yeah,
still learning, but we're gonna get better at this. And
you're
again,
getting better.
everybody that is watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And if you one of the betterest, man, the door is open. I'm right here, and hopefully we get more information about benefits for y'all.